Hello, my name is Shauna Burnett, and I'm here to show you the projects that we created for multimedia development this spring. Our first project was a slideshow explaining the three main principles of visual design. We also had to use the 6Ds from the solution fluencies to help us in this project. So I chose a PBL video, project-based learning video, from the Buck Institute to help me explain the different elements of design. I made sure that I defined each one of the elements on the side of each slide, and then I would make a screenshot from that portion of the video that showed either good unity, proximity, or emphasis. I felt like this video was very well designed. It had good color emphasis, good contrast, good proportion and depth, alignment, similarity, representation, all of that you can see from my slides over here. So I used this to help me define, the video helped me to define the elements. I took screenshots from the video to help me also deliver and discover the information for the video. So the screenshots were helping me discover what is good proximity or what is good emphasis. And then I would go back to my book and make sure that I was clearly defining what I was looking at in each section of my slideshow. This slideshow did a very good job with color emphasis and contrast, and I'm going to go down to this slide just to show you a clear picture without words over it. Each section of the video would have a different color. So your first section is talking about how you launch your project, create an entry event, and a driving question, and everything in that section would be color coded in blue. And then they would bring this graphic back up and go to the next section, and they would show this red part, build knowledge, understanding, and skills, and answer to the driving question. And so as they go through the video, they use this same graphic and they keep building upon each portion, showing good perceptual forces and good balance, and also showing good unity, because throughout the video they're showing you how all of it is related and each step is related to the next part. When we finished with our slideshows, we had to do peer reviews, and so I really enjoyed the peer review part because it helped me to make sure that I was on the right track and doing the right thing. And I used my peer review to kind of combine a couple of the slides that I had. I had maybe one too many slides kind of showing the same thing. So peer review was huge in debriefing on this project. For my next project, we created a logo that represented either you, your work, or your family. And so I wanted it to kind of represent all of those aspects for me. We used the 5 I's from the creative fluencies in this project. So I identified what I wanted, and I wanted something that represented myself, my work, and my family. So I wanted to include this portion right here. And then I wanted to have a good quote about education and how I feel about teaching and education. So I was inspired by this quote that I found on Google. And then I just kind of Googled websites that you could create logos on, and I found canva.com. I had kind of heard about it before. And so I just went ahead and tried, creating the logo through Canva. I tried a couple other websites, but I felt like Canva was the most user-friendly for what I was wanting to do for this project. So I just kind of was inspired by the website and inspired by this quote that I found. And then I interpolated with ideas and the different colors that I love, the blue, the pink, and the green. And then I always love this down here, the live your dream part, because I feel like children need to know that living your dreams is very important. So then I imagined the ideas that in my head and the layout that I wanted, and I wanted to make sure that all of the text was easy to read and it had a good flow to it. So I inspected it, and I felt like it was easy to read, that it did have a good flow, and that it defined what we were supposed to do for this project and creating a logo to represent ourselves. What I have actually found since then is that when I try to put this on any of my work, you can't make it smaller than what it is here without buying the full version. So I do like Canva and the website, but since I have created something that's a little bit more simple that I could use actually on my projects that I create for school. For our final project, we had to create a poster that had to have a focus and a message to help us with the digital fluencies. I wanted my focus to be this quote up here at the top in the poster, and I wanted it to relate to what we've learned in this class this semester as well as to where my students are headed next year. I took a picture of the field in bloom, the Milo field in bloom across the street from our house. I uploaded the picture and I blurred the background a little bit, and I played with the colors and changed the color a little bit to show the fence in focus at the front, and it shows a little bit of depth of perception in this picture. The background shows the field kind of going on forever, and the message is that I am still learning. And this is a quote by Michelangelo. It might be cut off a little bit in my recording, so I'm going to move it down a little bit. I used the website Canva to upload the picture, and then I just played around again with different fonts and different font colors. I want to make sure that none of the quote or the wording took away from the picture of the field. All of the projects, I really enjoyed this one again because it helped us with creative fluencies. And all of the projects that we did in this class this semester and the fluencies that we learned are definitely helping me in the classroom. The solution fluency and finding solutions to tasks with technology and through technology and helping my students do the same has been tremendous in my teaching. The creative fluencies have helped me to become more creative and think of different ideas and ways to incorporate them in the classroom. The media fluency was definitely difficult in the video design for this project, but it also helped me looking back in the book at the different media fluencies and how to make sure that I'm getting my message across in this video. Collaboration fluency, I think, has also been a huge deal for my students, and then also in this class I loved whenever we got to get peer feedback from anyone and incorporate that into our projects. I've really enjoyed this semester and enjoyed learning about all these different fluencies, and I feel like it's going to help myself and my students with the 21st century learning goals. I've enjoyed taking this class this semester, and I hope that you enjoy my video.